Welcome! I'm so excited to have you guys here. As you can see from the title, these are going to be overall messages from your higher self. What does your higher self have to tell you? And these are going to be like advice that will be coming through. This is going to be just overall anything that comes through. There might be spirit guides that might be budging in. And I have good news and bad news. The good news is I have so much information for you guys, and there's a lot just coming through from each pile after recording it and everything. The bad news is there were supposed to be 4 piles, and we have one that will not be joining us today. For whatever reason, it was just not meant to come through. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but I'm excited for you guys to be here with me. And overall, I will say it's important to mention that this reading is particularly kind of aggressive when it comes to advice. So if you're someone that needs more of a gentle advice when it comes through, unfortunately this is not the reading. But there is a lot of good advice that comes through, and we're here for improvement, and we're here with love. So I have 3 piles for you guys today, and we're going to be finding out, once again, what is your higher self wanting to tell you overall? What are some messages that your higher self needs to come through with? Is there anything that needs to come through overall when it comes to advice? And any other downloads that will be coming in. So if you're choosing the first pile, you have this beautiful fluorite crystal. And for your main oracle deck, we are using the Oracle of Pluto. If you're choosing pile 2, I believe this is a moss agate. I'm not sure if it's an agate, but I know it's like a mossy specific type of crystal. And for the Oracle deck, we have the Modern Nirvana. And for pile 3, you have the Citrine if you're choosing this pile. And for the Oracle deck, and just keep in mind this one's a little bit more aggressive, we are using the Rose Iconic. So with love, choose wisely, choose whatever you're resonating with, and I'm excited to see you there. I'll be there with you guys, so whenever you're ready, definitely go into the timestamps. And before you do so, once again, if you enjoy this reading overall, if you enjoy me and you're liking this video so far, definitely give me a like and subscribe. And if you want to be notified, definitely click the notification bell. So I send you love, and I'll see you in your pile. Hello, pile 1. I'm super excited to have you here. Welcome. As you can see, obviously you chose this crystal, this fluorite crystal, super pretty. I'm gonna have her sitting front and center over here for you guys to look at. And we're gonna start right off with your oracle deck. So before we get into the tarot, you got this snail. Immediately what I'm feeling, you guys, for your, it's just such soft, such cute energy. It feels like, if you guys prefer, but it feels like you guys are like, I just have to say, like, your higher self has so much love for you. And I want to say also your spirit guides. I heard low and slow from the Cars movies. I think it's from the first movie in Cars and Disney. Low and slow. Obviously with the snail, I know. But you guys, like, it feels like your higher self is wanting to tell you that you need to just enjoy the little details in life. Take a little bit easy. Be nicer to yourself. Be kinder to yourself. I think you might underestimate yourself. I think a lot of people might underestimate you due to the way that you're detail oriented, and your higher self is wanting to come through and remind you that being detail oriented is not a bad trait. It is something that needs to be celebrated due to the fact that you can actually notice the little things unlike other people. Honestly, even with the fluorite crystal is such a, I hear smooth. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. You guys are just like smooth talkers, I feel like. And your higher self is wanting you to just embrace you being yourself overall. It's such a cute energy. Recognize the fact that you're going through a magnificent transformation, and you're at this stage where you think that you could be at the end, and technically you are right, and your higher self is overall just wanting you to know that even though it may seem like the end and there's nothing after it, the end initiates a start to something. You know, like the birth of the butterfly right over here. And, you know, with butterflies, I also heard migration. So I actually wonder if your higher self is nudging you on moving. If you have been having the nudge to move and it's been giving you, for me, I get tingles whenever there's good messages coming through, or I get good downloads, so I get weird tingles. So if you have the feeling or like the thoughts recently of like, oh, what if I do move? Oh, what if I visit? But there's like fear, or you feel like you're not worthy, or you're underestimating yourself, or other people could be underestimating you. Your higher self is just wanting you to know that like you should just dive into it. You have everything you need, and you don't need to be taking the messages of other people of you being underestimated to yourself so aggressively. Allow yourself to feel the details. Allow yourself. There's something coming through. Hold on. There's a lot of water. You guys, I wonder if you could be a Pisces. It's Cancer, Scorpio. I wonder if you could be a water sign. Honestly, like Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are coming up really aggressively. And I feel like you guys are honestly overall aggressively being told by your higher self not to underestimate yourself the way others underestimate you. You guys need to be in a position to take advantage of what you have, because you have everything that you need. Take the ability that you have in your hands already, and remember who you are. Remember that you can do anything that you want, and this end to your path means that you are carving your own. I don't know if there's anything else coming through, honestly. That was very aggressive. It came through like a bomb, honestly. We're gonna go through with your cat tarot first. Pile 1. So your higher self. What messages? So this is overall messages. So for the tarot, what messages pile 1's higher self do you have for pile 1? I definitely feel like you are feeling underestimated at this time. And in order to go through this period that you're going through, oh, this is beautiful. One, physically, spirit, There's a lot coming through. Your higher self is saying that you should be holding on to your closest people right now, in order to reach out for help. As well, just people that you trust, because they're spiritually, your higher self is overall saying that it's better for you to look for people that you trust and reach out for help overall. Look for trusting companions to reach out for help. However, I understand if you could be in a position where it's hard to trust anyone because of the fact that you feel underestimated and you're scared that the new people that could be coming into your life, it may feel like, it's hard to trust them because you could be scared that they might underestimate you as well and not see you in the light that you need. You're in a position where you're growing. Your higher self is recommending you to hold on to your energy at this time. You have so much potential, and right now you are vulnerable. You're in a place where you're vulnerable and you are creating. And your higher self is wanting you to continue this creation because that is going to lead you to success. However, in order for you to not hinder this creation, it is best to reserve your energy at this time. You don't need to express your ideas at this time. You already have what you need, and you have all the knowledge that you need. You can hold on to all the emotion that you need. I hope that makes sense. Like, overall, the King of Cups is explaining the fact that your higher self wants you to know that you already are in a position that has emotional dominance over your situation. And in order to get through this harsh time where you are feeling a little bit underestimated and you're feeling just very vulnerable feelings, and it could be very threatening to your surroundings and to your own place. Your surroundings could be a little bit threatening, seemingly. It's so interesting because I feel like you come off as a very balanced individual, and that is very threatening to other people. There's interesting messages coming through. There's a lot of messages coming through from spirit telling you to just relax overall. And it makes sense because all these cats over here are just loafing. These two are loafing. But it can be a struggle. I understand, it seems like you're struggling at this time to juggle. Looks like someone loves you. Someone loves you or is desiring you at this time. I heard a message that you're single. If that resonates, those are messages if that resonates with you. But you're a very balanced individual. Your higher self is saying that you are balanced at this time. And it can be a struggle to hold on to that balance due to what you're going through. Due to the fact that you have so much to juggle at this time, and it can be very hard to stay balanced, and your higher self is telling you that you're doing a good job. At this time, hold on to your energy is the main message that I'm really receiving here. Hold on to your energy. It can be feeling very threatening what you're going through, and I feel like you're already very balanced overall. And there's a specific medieval term that is coming through, but I can't grasp it. But wield. Yes, that's the term. I always think wield your sword, but I feel like your higher self is wanting you to just understand that you already have the power that you need. You don't need to seek it anywhere else, and you have the emotional capacity to be balanced compared to anyone else, basically. I'm not saying you need to compare yourself. You don't need to or anything, but your higher self is saying you're doing better than you're doing better than you think you are, and to keep going. Don't allow the messages of other people, their voices, their feelings for you hinder your sword. Interesting. That is interesting. You're already at a path. Is giving the Hermit, but it's in a way where you're creating, and it's a lot of creation, it's a lot of thinking you're going through. If you are in a position where you're acting and you're wondering why nothing is happening, and I feel like in the world we can be told that if you're not doing anything, nothing is going to happen. I feel like at this time your higher self is really wanting you to just listen to your intuition, and your intuition is screaming, just relax, because everything is going to be happening behind the scenes. You are creating at this time, and you just need to bring back your energy to yourself. There's a lot of water coming through, a lot of emotion, and it can be chaotic, but your higher self is trying to help you understand that it is time to recuperate to yourself and bring back the energy to yourself and listen to yourself. It's a very balancing energy. It's also very intense energy coming through. If you are struggling in any way, your higher self is encouraging you, once again, I'm just going to say this again, to reach out to your friends nearby at this time. Your higher self is really just enunciating the fact that you need to listen to your intuition. Slow down, relax, listen to your intuition. You don't need to listen to the outside at this time. Just listen to yourself, because you have the answers that you are seeking. Additionally, I feel like reaching into not only your intuition, but also reaching for universe and your spirit guides for answers is also a way of listening to your intuition, because you're looking within and you're focusing on your own energy and spirit guides energy. However, I feel like you listening to your body and listening to how the environment is affecting you, that is a huge message that's coming through. I feel like that is huge in this pile. I feel like something about how your environment is affecting you. There's a lot of messages about how there's certain words that hurt you, that might trigger you. I feel like you could come off as a very open person. I feel like you are a very open person in general, and your higher self is wanting to enunciate the fact to be a little bit more reserved, even though your heart is kind and open to even strangers. At this time, just be reserved. Reserve your energy for yourself, and remember to have a full cup. Remember to take care of yourself overall. This is like an overall message. If you guys are like, oh, I don't know, I don't understand what you're saying. Overall, guys, take care of yourself, and praying would help. If it's difficult to listen to your intuition, I would ask in prayer, or however you guys pray, however you guys speak to your spirit guides, ask for help, ask for any information that you need that would help you at this time, or even ask your higher self to sit with yourself and listening to your body, being able to nourish your body. Maybe you guys need to be out in the sun more often. It seems like not only resting also is included inside, but also I feel like a little bit of both. Inside and resting, recuperating from your daily tasks, being able to learn how to recuperate from specific situations, know when you need to have those boundaries up. I feel like your higher self is really just saying, like, you need to learn to have your boundaries up and know when you should be saying no overall. Because that will help you learn, and that will help you lead to success, to the success that you're desiring, to the creation that you're creating and will be happening in the future. That will be your success. You know, just keeping your mouth closed overall, but also knowing who to ask for help. Pile 1, there's overall an expectation I'm feeling from you guys in general, and as a result, I think your spirit, I keep getting confused because I wonder if your spirit guides are also coming through. The initial reading was supposed to be just like your higher self coming through, but I feel like it's also coming through with your spirit guides aggressively telling you to take a break, because I feel like you're expecting so much out of the situation that you are going through. It's so difficult to relax, and therefore your mind is going and you could be acting, and at this time you just need to relax and nourish your body, overall speaking. But in a more detailed context, be able to know when to put up your boundaries, know what specific situations need you to be more reserved, know which people are being able to help you and which ones are actually causing you harm. Understand which people actually understand your voice and your character and who you are and your boundaries and you overall, versus people that are just passing by and actually not understanding you as an individual and being able to know how to communicate with those people. Pile 1, there's a message coming through where you should allow yourself to play a little bit more often. That's also when you will have more creativity coming through. And once again, communicate with the right people, such as your peers. More specifically, your friends. Your very, very close, trusting friends. Pile 1, I'm going to be moving on to the second deck of tarot cards from Clarity Tarot to be able to dive into what these messages are more. And I'm hoping that they will explain in more detail, ironically, what is happening. I feel like your spirit guides will be explaining to you. Oh, also there's a message coming through where instead of beating yourself up over the details that you have been able to dissect situation in such detail, I feel like you have been beating yourself up over that, and instead to embrace that. And therefore, I feel like also you've been telling yourself that it's such a bad thing to be so detail oriented somehow. Your higher self is coming through as such, like, you read detail so aggressively. You read the little things so aggressively to the point that you don't see the bigger picture. And it's almost like it's forced. It's a lot of forced action out of maybe anxiety or fear or just overworking yourself, and therefore, you know, your higher self is like, chill. You just need to chill out, girl. You just need to chill out, and therefore you're gonna be able to reach your potential faster. Just relax. I just have to say, Pile 1, I can feel how tired you guys are. I feel like, honestly, you guys just need a rest. There's a huge word coming through. It's literally just rest. Just relax. You guys need to nourish yourself, and there needs to be some sort of change. And your higher self is literally like telling you, please state your boundaries as soon as possible, or this is never going to end. Your higher self is coming through with the fact that if you are wanting to have a successful self and feel happier about yourself, you need to state those boundaries as soon as possible. Otherwise, you're gonna feel tired because you're depleting yourself of the energy, and other people, you're depleting yourself through the fact that other people are crossing your boundaries consistently. And it can feel like you need to do it, or you need to allow other people to come through, and you're helping other people this way, but you're really just like sacrificing your own energy just to help other people. And there needs to be some sort of change. There's also a message, like, choose yourself. Oh, that went through, like, aggressively. Choose yourself. Like, so many people need help, yes, but you've been running on empty. And even though you see that other people have, you see other people need help. You see other people need help, and you feel like you could give them the things that they need and you want them to have because you already have something that they need to your perspective. And I was gonna say they have, so therefore your higher self is literally coming through saying they don't need it because they already have it, but they think they don't need it. Well, that's weird. I was gonna say they think they need it, and I'm tripping over my words. I think they have it and therefore they don't need it. Sorry. I think they have it. With the way that I'm tripping over my words, I feel like they have it and they don't need it. Whatever you're trying to give them, whatever you're trying to help them, and they're just taking advantage of the fact that you are wanting to help them. I wonder if you could be a nurse. You're coming through as a very specific individual. You have such an interesting energy, and I just want to give you a huge hug. But I'm just worried, like, I'm worried for you guys. You guys deserve such a huge hug. I hope you guys recognize that. Just with this, you guys need to recognize, like, I search for that help. I feel like your words are so powerful. You are such a dominant individual. You're such a balanced individual, and I feel like you can be, but you are allowing yourself to be. Oh, why are you allowing yourself to be broken when you have the tools to be healed? That's deep. Guys, I'm so sorry. But don't allow other people to take you for granted. Like, I feel like you are blind to the fact that other people are just using you, and in order to... That makes sense. That's why. That makes sense why your higher self is like, allow yourself to see the details. That's gonna save you so much time. Don't hate yourself, because that makes sense why other people are like, you just need to get to the point. Like, why are you so detail oriented? It's annoying. It's taking so much time. I wonder if you've been told that. And your higher self is like, that's your power. That's your quirk. That's your power. Use it. Because other people are so threatened because you see that. And therefore, they can't take advantage of you if you see that, right? If you see the details, you see the bad things, they can't take advantage of you. But it's gotten to a point where you've gotten used to it. And yeah, boundaries. Boundaries is aggressively coming through, and it seems to be through seeing the details, through allowing yourself to be more detail oriented, allowing yourself to be a little bit more on guard. You're going to see where you're allowing your energy to slip through and leak through, basically, for other people to take. I feel like there could be one or two people that you could have in your mind that would really help you, and I'm worrying that you don't reach out to them due to fear of judgment, because I feel like it's either that or you think that you don't need the help because you are putting yourself in this situation. I wonder if you think that in the back of your mind. And maybe, yeah, that makes sense. It's shameful. I understand. Don't feel shameful. I feel like those people generally want to help you. Those people are going to be, those people might be a little bit critical, but it's a form of love, and they want the best for you. They want you to be successful. They want to help you, and it is at least you're acknowledging the fact that you've made mistakes that you are not proud of, but you are acknowledging those mistakes and you want to improve, right? That's the whole point. You want to improve. Don't feel ashamed of that. Saying that you want help, you want to improve, you're willing to put the work in, to put those boundaries up. And if those people don't want to help, those are not the people that are meant for you guys, that are meant to help you, that are meant to be there for you. There will be people that genuinely care for you and genuinely want to help you. And if they're not there for you because you're not perfect, that's crazy. Like, no one's perfect. But if you are genuinely needing the help and, there's so many things coming through. I feel like there's so much going through your mind. You don't say much because there's so much going through your mind. And it's like, a lot of people have a lot to say about you because you don't say much, and therefore they cross your boundaries. But you're too tired to even say anything about it. But I feel like there's going to be an aggressive change soon through your own hand, and your higher self is encouraging you to do that because that's going to help you in the best way possible. It's going to help you acknowledge the boundaries that are being crossed. I don't know why I had the urge to just put the 4 of Swords over the 3 of Cups, and I wonder if that could be literally just like your higher self enunciating the fact that the boundaries need to be discussed. The boundaries need to be discussed over, primarily starting with the fact that you're allowing your cup to be depleted. That can be very hard. Know that you're loved, and know that your cup does not deserve to be depleted, and know that you don't deserve to allow yourself to be depleted. And you may not know that you're doing this, but if you do know that you're doing this, forgive yourself for the fact that you are doing that. Sorry. Pile 1's higher self. For Pile 1, is there anything else you have to say? Is there anything else that needs to come through? Yeah, just rest. I feel like you're coming off as someone who's a caregiver. Either you're a nurse or you're a mom, or you just need a lot of warmth. I feel like a vacation would be really nice. You need time to come back to yourself. If you're gonna go on that vacation, go by yourself. I recommend. I would not go with people that need your help at this time, because you need to come back to yourself. And that is an enough reason to go on that vacation, is to become your best self. That's what your higher self is saying. You need to state those boundaries. It may be scary at first because it's gonna make other people unhappy, and that's gonna start conflict. That's totally normal, and it's gonna be very emotional. Allow it to happen, unfortunately. And I feel like that could be also what you're holding back. You're holding back yourself. And you have so much to share. You're a very thoughtful person, and you're a very caring person, Pile 1. And I want you to hold that dearly to yourself and not allow yourself to be drained. Because a lot of people actually take advantage of people just like you. You deserve so much more than what you were given, basically. From strangers mainly. But definitely, if you don't know where to start and it's scary, reach out to your friends. Reach out to those people that are close to you. It also can feel like you need to rush things, but I'm telling you right now, this is a time for rest. This is a time for setting boundaries. And Pile 1 is really encouraging, your higher self is really encouraging you to just rest and look for that time for yourself. Bring that time that you gave to other people. Let yourself know that you are deserving of it. And looking for the details of how other people are treating you, how figuring out the patterns, the detail of the patterns is definitely going to help you with this. Pile 1. This is where I'm going to be leaving you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'm sending you guys so much love. Once again, if you enjoyed this, definitely give me a like and subscribe. It's going to help me so much. That's going to be the best form of support from you guys. And once again, if you have any questions or if you have any specifics, like anything you need to talk about that you need to let off your chest, definitely comment. I'll be able to be there to help you. So I send you guys so much love, Pile 1, and I hope I see you again soon. Thank you, and bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome. As you can see, you chose the Moss Agate crystal with the colorful Modern Nirvana Tarot. We're going to set this down here. So for your overall energy of what your higher self is trying to tell you, what messages your higher self is trying to get to you, Pile 2, you have nourishment. You're needing, obviously, clear as day, nourishment. What this means is you could need a little bit more time in nature. You would need to give more time to yourself and pour back into yourself the same amount of energy you would pour into others. You may resonate with Pile 1, you don't have to. However, Pile 2, there's this beauty in you that you don't recognize in Pile 2, your higher self. To be honest, your spirit guides might be punching in and nudging in as well, and your pile as well. Your higher self is overall just wanting to see you succeed just as much as you want to succeed, but mainly it has to be with your beauty. I feel like maybe there has been a feeling that you are not feeling enough. Your higher self just wants you to realize sooner than later, that you need to pour back into yourself, quite literally. The amount of energy that you pour into your creativity, into your day, to make other people happy, to help other people grow, you need to show that same love to yourself. Inner child healing might be resonating with you. It doesn't need to, but some sort of healing. Maybe you go to therapy, or maybe you have been considering it. I will not be, going into detail into that, because I am not going to be recommending or telling you to do or not to do anything, but maybe that does resonate with you. That is all I'm saying. Pile 2, your higher self, again, nature is coming up aggressively here, as you can see with the leaves growing. I feel like you will be growing very quickly through just allowing yourself to be cared for, caring for yourself and allowing other people to care for you, allowing yourself to grow in your most natural state, not forcing it to come through in such a specific way as other people may be telling you to do, but instead to do it in your own way. If that's what you needed to hear, this is your sign to know that you are safe enough to do whatever you want and do it in your own way. There is no paper saying that the only way to success is through a specific route. You can do it in your own way as long as you are happy and you are helping yourself, you are caring for yourself, and you're not hurting anyone. You're not hurting yourself or anything like that. You are doing the best you can to help yourself succeed without harm. And there is no rule book where you need to do something in a specific way. Once again, just do it how you need to do it. And honestly, it feels like you needed this. Honestly, I can tell that you need this. You need a hug. You just need to be cared for, Pile 2. But overall, I'm sending you warmth. I hope you can feel that. I hope you can feel the warmth that I'm desiring for you. You're probably wondering overall why it looks the way it does and why it's not as bright as it used to be in the beginning of the video. It's because it's gotten a little bit dark outside, but I have my light, and hopefully you can see the colors as nicely as I hope you do see them. So Pile 2, I hope overall it makes sense with what the overall energy is that your higher self is desiring for you to know. it's just pouring back to yourself. Literally, the metaphor of pouring back into yourself, what that means is putting the work and effort that you have for other people. You know, if it's putting out a pretty outfit, is the same way. Taking care of yourself by putting on makeup, if that makes you feel good, you know, not doing it for anyone else. Do things for you, whether it's eating good food. Going into nature is very prominent here. Taking walks, maybe quite literally growing something. Tulips are coming through. Even though these are leaves and just like pink leaves and flowers, tulips could be very, they could resonate with you. Or there is a specific flower that this does look like to me. It's like a little flower that holds water inside of it, and I don't know, those are usually found in more tropical areas, such as in the Amazon, but maybe you need something more tropical. Maybe quite literally going on a vacation, just to allow yourself to indulge into yourself and to feel the warmth that you are desiring to give others. I keep looking at my labradorite tower in the background, so I feel like you are this beautiful rainbow that other people may not notice, or other people do notice about you aggressively, but you just kind of are used to your own self, so you don't notice it as much. So even though you got the moss agate stone, there's a lot of just raw energy coming through aggressively. But this is the tower that I was looking at. I want you to see the glimmers that I just saw. Hopefully you can see that. I'm looking at the camera and I'm hoping that you actually see what I see. So there's like the little rainbows. So people really see a beauty to you, pile 2, and your higher self is wanting you to know that you should see yourself in the same light that, you know, the majority of people see you. Because the majority of people see that you're growing, and they know that you're pouring your heart into other people with so much love. And maybe you could be a leader, or you could be a spokesperson. Maybe you do speak in large crowds. Maybe you're just someone who's an inspiration to other people, and other people, those same people that follow you, want you to know that you are actually amazing. Maybe you don't notice it and you just kind of put it off to the side because you're just so used to your own energy. I mean, that is normal, pile 2. But your higher self is wanting you to just get used to the fact of knowing that you are amazing. Just know that this is a time for you to grow, knowing that you are a beauty, a goddess, a god of your own form. So definitely, I wonder if something that could help you that is coming through, as you can see, maybe growing some flowers, as I've mentioned earlier, or quite literally going into nature to feel that energy within you. So pile 2, we're gonna get into the cicadas are very aggressive at this time. I usually don't record at this time. I'm usually more like either recording at night or like early morning. I don't really record like in the dusk. So cicadas could be very resonating with you, or maybe where you live there could be some bugs, or maybe perhaps you have like pets, or any maybe pets, specific like interesting pets that you just love very much. Maybe you're just connected to nature yourself, and you need to embrace that and use that as your own advantage. So we're gonna actually go into the tarot cards once again. Clarity Tarot and Cat Tarot. We're gonna start with the Cat Tarot. Hi. So as you can see, you have a bunch of cards. Spirit and your higher self have just a lot for you to know, and there has been probably things that you have been having come towards you, or maybe some. I've been just thinking for a while, pile too. And honestly, I think your higher self is saying that at this time, a lot of what's going on is out of your control. At this time, you are challenged to just be inspired by what's happening at this time. And like, be inspired. Allow yourself to play. Allow yourself to reconnect with who you are and find what feels good for you. Also, I think something about abundance, whatever is happening at this time is completely out of your control. So your higher self is really just challenging you to like basically try to stop worrying as much and instead be inspired by your current situation. Be inspired by the things that are around you and just be okay with the fact that things may be moving a little bit slower and moving with the waves, quite literally, because interesting enough, because of the flowing water. So just allowing yourself to just flow with the waves of life right now will be the easiest way to battle. There's a lot of inspiration happening here. You have a lot of kings here, pile 2. I wonder if you could be coming through. Wait, how many kings do we have? 1, 2, 3 kings out of 4. The only thing you don't have is a King of Cups. There could be something coming through from your higher self about not allowing your emotions to get to you in the negative way. So I think the inspiration and just allowing yourself to connect with yourself and become your higher self, quite literally, because you are connecting to your highest self. This is a time when you are able to be most aligned and become more aligned with your highest self. So you are increasingly becoming very much close to your ideal highest self. As much as you can see, these are a lot of cards. Your higher self really just has a lot to tell you. Maybe you could be feeling like you want things to be coming a specific way. I feel like you're looking at the clock, feeling like time is running out, or maybe time is moving very slowly. You could be feeling like things are happening in a different pace than they are, and therefore this is also a sign that things are just out of your control. The way that things are moving for you, the way that everything is just the timing and everything else, there's a lot of creativity happening that is honestly better for you to be more interested in what is inspiring you and working on different creative endeavors. That is also like, that's one thing. And another thing that is coming through is to become more dominant in your creative endeavors, as well as just what makes you happy. If that is just allowing yourself to play and allowing yourself to determine what you want your life to look like. Because I feel like at this time, when it comes to abundance, it is very much out of your control. What will be brought to you what is meant for you will be brought to you. However, don't expect it. Just know that it is coming. That will allow you to focus less on it. I feel like focusing on the abundance that you want for yourself will make it happen slower. I wonder if you love to listen to poems or perhaps write yourself. Maybe that is there's a lot of creativity and there's a little bit of writing coming through. I feel like you're someone who is silly. I feel like you make the little things fun. I feel like your highest self is trying to express the fact for you to just allow yourself to have that fun and take advantage of the fact that you can find the little things to become fun, even if they seem boring and mundane. I think people are very much looking up to you. There's a message coming through where the people that look up to you actually do, because of the fact that you are able to make life interesting, even though it may not seem as it is interesting. It doesn't seem as interesting as much as it comes off to be, basically. So I want to show you the rest of the cards, because I wanted you to see overall the energy of the cards, but I didn't want to have them cover up. So you also have Seven of Wands. I think that's the Two of Wands. And the Wheel of Fortune. You have a lot of abundance coming towards you, but right now is not the time to be focusing on that. Right now is the time for you to allow yourself to be interested. Quite literally, just be curious. What makes you happy? What allows you to gravitate towards the things that make you interested? Allowing yourself to maybe connect towards your inner child a little bit more. You have so much abundance coming towards you, but worrying about it is not what you should be doing right now. It's going to come to you, but worrying about how it's going to come to you is not what you should be worrying about. It's going to happen, but don't worry about how it's going to happen, because that is not... I heard none of your business. I was almost going to say it's none of your business. It is very much your business, but my point is you don't need to worry about that now. All you need to know is that it's going to happen, but you don't need to worry about how much or when or anything, because that's going to slow it down. You don't need to worry about that right now. Because right now, the only thing you need to know is to learn to trust yourself and trust the timing. Trust that what you are creating is able to create abundance for yourself.